What is up, Ramley? What is up? The Rams are 2-0, victorious yet again, and this time we end up beating the team that actually have had our number for a while. It's been the Philadelphia Eagles have been like one of those teams that we just can't, for some reason, find a way to beat. Even though we can beat up on other teams, the Eagles were always a problem, but we finally got the best of them, and to the point that we hurt them so bad, man, that the media doesn't even talk about the Rams. They talk about how bad the Eagles are playing, which shows you the disrespect of the LA Rams, out there. But I think what the good thing is, this is another chip on our shoulder, This is another 2017 Rams edition where the Rams kind of come out of nowhere and just start whopping teams left and right. And that's something that I feel like the Rams on offense are one of the most complete teams in the NFL. The running game plays great. The passing attack is lethal. Jared Goff is playing tremendous football right now. He's actually surprising me how good he's playing at the moment. And the offensive line, yet again, is just a solid offensive line. It's 2018 levels offensive line. I think this offensive line might actually be better than the 2018 offensive line. The reason why is because, Austin Blythe, he's in the center. You got Corbett, he's actually been ranked like the 7th best guard in the last 2 weeks. Austin Blythe's, I think, the 2nd best center in the NFL right now. The best left tackle is Andrew Whitworth, so he's back to his normal self. Rob Havenstein, I think, is like about the number 8th best tackle in the NFL. And then the weak link at the moment was Joseph Noteboom, but he actually ended up getting hurt versus the Eagles. And David Edwards, the surprise, to me, was the Rookie of the Year last year because he came into the offensive line and was able to help the Rams actually protect Goff better than Demby and Joseph Noteboom. And he comes in this game, he ends up making a couple of really good plays, and I think he might be one of those solid guards that just come out of nowhere. He's more of a tackle, but he can play tackle and guard, which is pretty cool. So the Rams on offense are not an issue. I mean, Jared threw for 3 touchdowns. I think all of them went to Tyler Higbee, who had like one of the best, actually a historic game against the Eagles. 3 touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns. And I don't think a Ram has done that since, I think, either Isaac Bruce or Torrey Holt did. I think it was actually Isaac Bruce who had like about 3 or 4 touchdowns versus the 49ers back in 99. And then I think Crazy Leg Hirsch was another guy that actually had a bunch. Henry Ellard. Like, it's been a while since we got a guy that can get that many receiving touchdowns in one game. But all I can say, Rams offense played lights out football, and I cannot hate on greatness. When everything's great when the Rams win, right? And some things that I didn't like in this game were, I'm gonna have to say, I didn't like Troy Hill for like the 95% of this game. To me, he was getting beaten a lot, but maybe that's just the game plan for the Rams is allow some of these wideouts one-on-ones against their corners while we take out their tight ends, their receiving tight ends out of the mix, because I know the Eagles' passing attack is highly dependent on those tight ends. So we were able to eliminate the tight ends from the equation. But then also, it does help that the Eagles are also hurting themselves. I think it was like the first drive where Sanders ends up fumbling the football. Micah Kiser ends up making a play, and he hits the football out of Sanders' hands, and then the Rams end up in good scoring position. So the defense made plays, man. Kenny Young and Micah Kiser in this game came to play. I think they took last week as a first game, get the rust off, and they came into this game and they were tackling left and right. They were good in the run game. They were good at blitzing from the interior after Carson Wentz, who took a couple of shots from Kenny Young and Micah Kiser. So I can't hate on the linebackers in this game. I thought they were terrible last game, but this game they actually came to play. And the secondary looked pretty solid. One of the funny statistics is Wentz did not look at Jalen Ramsey's direction. I think he only had like one target for like 7 yards, and that was basically it. So he was avoiding Jalen Ramsey at all costs, and I would too, especially with the Pro Bowl caliber corner that Jalen Ramsey is. There was no way that they were going to throw his way. So you got, I guess this is the game where Troy Hill was kind of tested more, and I mean, he was terrible until like the last, I think the fourth quarter. So I'm going to have to just give it up to the Rams defense in general just for not allowing a lot of points, man. They're actually playing pretty damn good football, and I think it has to be with the scheme that our guy Brandon Staley is using, and the scheme is basically, I think they went with stop the run first against the Eagles, and then allow our secondary to make plays on third down, and that's exactly what they were doing. So Jordan Fuller, another good solid week for Jordan Fuller, the rookie safety who kind of comes in and plays slot and then plays like inside linebacker and passing downs. That dude had a bunch of tackles, and I think he was rated like by Pro Football Focus 74.5, which is like the 5th best. He was the best rookie safety in the NFL, and then he was like the 5th best overall safety in the NFL. So he actually had a solid game. And Darius Williams, I think that's his name. He's our slot guy now since Slot God's gone. He actually came in and got an interception. Like Troy Hill and Darius Williams both got interceptions, and Darius Williams was actually better because I think it's a touchdown saving interception where Carson Wentz tried to force things, and I think the coverage rattled Carson Wentz a little bit, and I think we didn't really create enough opportunities to sack Carson Wentz, but we did rattle him. I think mentally he's not there yet. I think he's still thinking about his week 1 terrible game against the Washington Redskins. So I think the Rams came in perfect time and just messing up the party, man. They're just popping their bubble and came in and just came in dominated, and that's what the Rams need to do week in and week out, and they did that against the Eagles in this game. So I can't hate on a solid performance by the Rams team in general. Just a couple of things did bug me. I mean, the fact that Aaron Donald is basically the only pass rusher on the team. I don't really see much from Ebukam. I don't see much from Leonard Floyd. At least I saw one sack from him last game, and in this game he wasn't nowhere near getting a sack. Michael Brockers is also another guy that we pay a lot of money, and he's not really helping out much with the pass rush. So I think we need to start giving some more opportunities to guys like Bongno Okoronkwo, and Jachai Polite, who could rush the passer better, because I don't see Samson Ebukam coming in here and like making plays. So maybe their only objective is to stop the run in this game and maybe get after the quarterback, but I don't see the pass rush at all. We're lucky that Carson Wentz it's terrible right now. If that was a better quarterback, then we have a long day ahead of us. But I also can't hate because the Rams are not allowing too many points on the board. So something's got to give. Either the Eagles are that bad or rattled, or our secondary's really good, or I mean that's just the scheme. That could just be, Brandon Staley's type of defense. So I really like what I see from the Rams. It's just simply really good football. Another thing, Cooper Kupp, what was he thinking, man? What was Cooper Kupp thinking? Getting that punt. I think it was a punt return or a kick return. One of the two. It's been like 2 days a day and a half that I didn't see the game. I saw parts of it, but I saw where Cooper Kupp, I got to watch the whole game in its entirety. I saw a lot of the highlights and all that stuff, but Cooper Kupp ends up fumbling the ball with like 20 seconds left on the clock. Why are you even like taking it out? Just down the football, just take a knee, man. Like, but that to me is things we were like way ahead. We could have destroyed the Eagles, but we gave them like a easy touchdown right there. So I think the Rams in general dominated the Eagles. I think, Goff is back to his 2018 self as long as you can give him a decent offensive line. Like, my bio on Twitter basically says that I tweet about how glorious Goff can be with a decent offensive line. I'm not saying all elite. I'm not saying Pro Bowl caliber. I'm saying a decent. And that's what he's been given, and he's out here making plays, man. He's just out here throwing dimes all the time. And Jalen Ramsey out there bullying people to the point that they don't want to throw to his side of the field because he doesn't want to get a pick six. And overall, I think we have one of the most underrated secondaries in the NFL. I think if Troy Hill would have been like another decent corner with a bigger name, then I think the Rams would have been like, oh my God, the Rams are the best secondary. But because Troy Hill doesn't have the big name factor, I think the Rams are underlooked in that sense. But Troy Hill has been okay. I can't hate on Troy Hill. I used to hate on Troy Hill back in 2017 and 2016, but I think 2019 he started showing signs that he was decent, and then this season has been okay. So I'm not saying that he's like amazing, but I'd say above average. He's been above average, while a guy like Jalen Ramsey has been elite to the point that they don't want to throw to his side of the field. John Johnson, you haven't really seen many plays from John Johnson, but he's done a lot of pass breakups on third down, which is something that you'd love to see. And then I saw a lot of Taylor Rapp in this game, in the Eagles game, where he's coming in these dime packages. So he's playing safety, or he might be playing linebacker, and they kind of mix him and Jordan Fuller around. I like what I see. I like the versatility of this defense and certain different, looks. It might look like one defense, and then they change it to a whole completely different defense, and allows the Rams pass rush to get more pressure on Carson Wentz. But overall in this game, knowing, like if I would have made a video for the Eagles game, I would have said the two things you got to do is stop the run. That's number one, because they don't have any they do have weapons, but they don't have that pass protection to throw balls deep down the field, something that Carson Wentz wants to do, but he doesn't have the offensive line to do it. I think they have to they have to change their thinking, and they have to run the football and throw short passes that just move the team down the field. And that's what they didn't do. And the Rams, what they're doing is they're going short to intermediate. And I really haven't seen the Rams go for a deep throw, except to that one for our buddy over here. Damn it, I'm shooting blanks right now. Tyler Higbee. That touchdown for Tyler Higbee in the end zone, that was a deep throw. That was a nice deep throw. I think that was like a 25, 30-yard pass down the field. But, so yeah, sorry about that. It was kind of loud right there. But Tyler Higbee's touchdown pass shows that the Rams can throw deep, but they really focus on short to intermediate. They try to run the football the best they can. A lot of zone blocking schemes, and a lot of what I think is something from the new offensive coordinator who came from the Washington Redskins. Since he did play for the Washington Redskins, even though they're not the Washington football team, I'll call it the Redskins. But I think McVay learned that running the football is essential to his type of. If he wants to throw the ball, he has to run the football. And the Rams have been pretty balanced in that attack. It just sucks now that Cam Akers end up taking a big hit, and then now it's like more Malcolm Brown and Henderson. So Henderson actually got a pretty good amount of yards. I think he had like 80 yards in this game, but he had 40 of them were in one play, and then the rest were like here and there. So I like what I see from the Rams, man. They're sneaking their way into a good position in the division, and I have to say I'm excited to see them going against the Bills. That game is coming up, but I think the Rams, since they I think they face tougher competition and won more decisively than the Bills. I have to give it to the Rams right now. I don't think the Bills are on the Rams level, but we'll see. That's the next game, so I'll make sure to show a couple of things before that game is played. I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like, share, comment. Let me know what you think about the team in general. And I think I might make another preview, or not a preview, but another film review, but a different player on the Rams team. This game, the Eagles are actually able to stop Donald from getting after Carson Wentz. I thought the Rams were going to have at least like 5 sacks in this game, but they made it a point that they were not going to let Aaron Donald mess up their game plan. So they stopped Aaron Donald. Don't get me wrong, I have to admit they did a good job of containing Donald in this game. He got close a couple of times, but he didn't cause the havoc and chaos that he did to the Cowboys. So, but there's another player that's been sneaking up, man, that has been doing a really solid job, and I really want to highlight that. So stay tuned for that video. But let me know what you think. Leave a like, share, comment. Until next time, you guys, go Rams.